Hi everybody and welcome to my assembly for this week. Mr. Bousford and I are really enjoying doing our YouTube videos, so you never know, we might pop up doing a toy review or maybe even a gaming walkthrough very soon. We just need to make sure that Mr. Bousford has got a headset for next time. As we approach the end of term, we're starting to think about which classes you might be in, and we're going to be able to let everybody know that this week. For some of you, it might feel the same, and for some of you, it might be a little bit of a change. So my assembly this week is going to be about exactly that, changes. And I've got a couple of questions to start you off and get you thinking.
Here are the two questions to think about. Can you think of any big changes that people might go through? It might be about where you live or something linked to your school or job. Question 2. How might changes make people feel?
So hopefully you've had a really good chat about what kind of changes people might go through. It could be moving house, could be starting a new school, it could be starting a new job, or it might even be someone in your family having a new baby. All of those things are really exciting, and I'm sure you've got lots of examples that you've talked through at home. One of the most important things to think about is that we all do go through changes all the time, and sometimes they might be changes that we don't even notice. Every day you might be growing that little bit taller, and every day you might be learning something new. And they're things that we just do automatically. We don't even think about it. When you talked about how changes might make you feel, you might have said a wide range of feelings. Maybe excited, worried, happy, anxious, or perhaps something that you really just want to get started with straight away. So what can we do if change makes you feel a little bit worried?
Number 1. Understand why those changes are happening. If it's a new class, you've got a great opportunity to show someone else what brilliant things you can do. Number 2. Talk about it. Number 3. Make a plan. What are you going to do to be ready? That might be a week before or even the night before. Number 4. Stay positive. Lots of changes are better than you might think they are going to be. Number 5. Imagine how it will be once you've made that first step.
I'm going to read a story now. It's called Dot by Peter H. Reynolds, and it's a really lovely story. At the end of the story, I'd like you to pause the video and just have a little chat with whoever you're with at home or in school about what you think the most important message from the story is.
The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. There! Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn. Her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that." She opened her never-before-used set of watercolours and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colours. "If I make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colours with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Sign it."
I hope you enjoyed that story. I think there's a really important message in there about staying positive and keeping on trying. And that's really important when we think about those big changes that we go through in life. I'm going to talk a little bit now about what you can expect before you come back to school in September, so that you know exactly what's going to happen. After that, I'm going to finish up with a couple of questions, and that'll be the end of my assembly. Okay.
So what are the things we're going to do? Well, firstly, we're going to send you out a little pack that has a big hello from your new teachers and adults in it. It will also have some activities for you to have a go at. Secondly, all of next week's learning in school and at home will be based around changes, thinking about the last year and anything you'd like us to know about you. There will also be a video before you come back in September that shows you your new classroom and adults, and perhaps what you might do when you come in. The last thing to know is that during those first few weeks back, our top priority is welcoming you back, getting to know you and letting you know a little bit about us.
Okay, I'm going to ask you two last questions to have a talk about with someone at home or in school. The first one is, what are you most looking forward to? What's making you most excited about coming back to school in September? And my second question is, what are you going to do to try and plan or prepare for when you come back to school after the summer? Have a little chat, and if there's anything at all that you want to share with me, please do email into our admin address, share on Padlet or tweet us. We'll see you next week. Thanks.